Once you see the, yeah. Well, you know this game.
Oh.
Could you imagine if I showed you this for the first time? That was the plan. Dustin stole it from me.
I'm good. I'm good.
What is this? Is this you?
You're good now.
You're good now?
You're good now.
Okay. Don't spoil the soup on me.
You're good. Soup's not bad. Throwing it out.
Alright. Somebody's like, just do the promo and song. I love. Has anyone seen this? I gotta read. Okay. Has anyone seen this Mad Intense Gum promo that Twitch keeps running? I think they're great. It's got like a lemon puking on a raspberry, and then the raspberry pukes on the gum because it's lemon raspberry gum. Hilarious. I think that's great. Very 90s. That ad campaign. Very 90s. All right. Oh. Almost. You gotta hold this thing just right. Hold this thing just right. Okay. And we're starting at 310-ish. 310-ish. Okay, here we go. Welcome, my friends! Welcome, my pirates! Welcome, my mateys, to the Gaming Galleon. I am Captain Raz, and once again we find ourselves on the precipice of adventure, of mystery, and dare I say, booty. Thanks for coming. We're going off to Rugby, England this week. Yeah, Rugby, England, that's an actual place. Royally, more properly, it's Rugby, Warwickshire, which, if you don't know what that is, Warwickshire is a county in the UK. Smack dab in the middle of the island of UK is Warwickshire, and within is Rugby. So kind of think like, you know, like Denver, Colorado. Okay, you got Rugby, Warwickshire. Does that make sense? Why there? Well, it's kind of football season. It's not really why we went. That's kind of serendipitous. The reason I decided to pick what we're playing today, which is Pigskin, or, again, royally, if you want the full title, Jerry Gladville's Pigskin Footbrawl for the Sega Genesis. The reason we're playing this is basically in honor of one of the legends of video gaming history. I was lucky enough to meet a man last Sunday named Brian Collin, who worked for quite a long time at one of my favorite companies, a company that I have gone on and on about in previous voyages, a little company called Midway. I want to talk to you about Brian, what he has contributed to our fun little hobby. We're going to be playing Pigskin, a full game. You don't know what that is? Oh my God. You're probably like, this is a football game? This sounds awful. Why are we playing a football game? Trust in the captain. This is going to be worth your time. The booty segment, I don't know if we're going to fit it in. This is not by my hand. This is by the hand of the fates. We'll get into it later, but it is incredible. And then, of course, sitting off in the corner is the bag that tells no tales. Chock full of questions and queries by you fine mateys out there, you fine crewmen. If we need to, we'll dig in there. But of course, as usual, we have the rest, or the crew that has meandered into the mess hall over here on the side. If you leave a question there, we will get to it and address it, provided we have enough time. We'll try to address as many as we can with whatever time we have left. So we better get started. Last Sunday, I went to my favorite haunt. Me and Patty the Swallow made it over there to our favorite haunt, Boss Battle Games, in our headquarters, Indianapolis, Indiana. Boss Battle Games is an arcade that you can go to, and for $10, spend the entire day there. But there's more to do than just arcades, and that's what's interesting about arcades these days, is they really have to adapt. They can't just put, you know, new games in there, because there are new games, no new games anymore. It's not like in the 80s where all they had to do was put whatever was modern in there, you know, drop the money for it and it would pay for itself. No, arcades these days have to be more inventive. Some of them have beer, and they attract people that way. Some of them have board games in addition to arcades, or even console games. In the case of Boss Battle, they go that route, but they do one thing also, in addition, that you don't see often. Well, I don't know about often, but it's, again, kind of the evolution of arcades, because there are so few out there, but there was such an industry in the 80s, and there's such a curiosity about what that time was like. Some arcades will have in guests. And we were lucky enough to meet somebody at Boss Battle Games. The owners, Felicia and Dustin, were nice enough to find this gentleman to come in and speak on one lazy Sunday evening. His name is Brian Collin, and he worked for Midway. If you don't remember, you're wondering who this person is, and you know a little bit of arcades, I'll tell you some of the games he made. He worked on Rampage. He was the designer and/or animator for Rampage, which is basically monsters destroying various cities. You know, Peoria, Illinois, Kankakee, Chicago, Denver, and so on. You play as like an ape or a lizard, and it's just chock full of comedy. He also made Arch Rivals, designer for Arch Rivals, cartoon designer for Arch Rivals. Basically, this was the precursor to NBA Jam. It's got a lot of heart, and to be honest, I was thinking about doing that game for this. But at the end of the day, nothing is more lovable and more fun to watch of the games, in my opinion, that Brian has made, on console at least, that made it to console, like Pigskin. Pigskin never made it anywhere else. It was never in any of these compilations. You can usually find Arch Rivals or Xenophobe, two games that he did make on the PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1, even PlayStation 3. But for whatever reason, Pigskin got stuck in litigation. How are we doing on time? Okay. Oh, I can barely see this today. Getting old, Raz. You're getting old. So Pigskin, the reason it didn't make it anywhere was Pigskin was in the arcade. I remember playing it as a kid and being absolutely wowed by it. Not only is the gameplay spot on, it's just hilarious. And for whatever reason, it made it to the Sega Genesis, but it was sold by Midway to a company called Razorsoft. To my knowledge, I can't think of anything else that Razorsoft did. They might have done some other ports of the Sega Genesis, but not exactly a company that rolls off the tongue. But they got a hold of Pigskin, and they at least got it to console, but they did it in a way that is very questionable, because they slapped on, which happens a lot, they branded it. They found a celebrity, a sports celebrity, since this is a sports game. And believe me, when we get into this, that's stretching the truth. Or that's stretching the definition of sports game. But basically, Jerry Gladville is the name they got. And this is, I had to research who this is. This is apparently some coach who coached the Atlanta Falcons in the 90s, which is when Pigskin came out. I've never heard of this man before or since. And somehow, his name got tied to this. Now, I think that's the reason that Pigskin never found its way to any of these compilations decades down the line. And I gotta tell you, it is a crying shame. It is a real injustice that this game has not been able to be shared with later generations. It's only available for the Sega Genesis, and it's only available for the arcade. So I suppose you could emulate it, MAME it if you want, or get a copy for your Sega Genesis. They're not too expensive, but they'll run you a little more than, say, your basic, certainly more than your common sports game. Very much so, because it's worth it. Let's see. I think we have enough time to go into it. Yeah, because now that I think about it, we need some time for this bad boy. So let's get started. It's pigskin. Oh, and again, Rugby England. This is a lot like rugby. So that's why we're in Rugby England today. I got a little time with Patty the Swallow to walk around the city once we docked. And let me tell you, this place is gorgeous. It's all these big Victorian buildings. Some buildings that are even older, but the coolest thing about Rugby England, first of all, that's where rugby it was not necessarily invented, but organized. It was the first private school to have a rugby league and really develop rugby courses and training. And there's this one, and that's the name of the school, Rugby School. It's a private school. It's one of the oldest private schools in the UK, and it sits in the middle of this Victorian town. So think about that. I think back to like the college town that I grew up in, where it was like, you know, there's just bombed out houses, you know, with like they're paying their rent off of the kegs that they have in the basement. You know, the most modern thing there is like the Subway and the Little Caesars. You know? Could you imagine going to school in a place like Rugby England? God, they've got to have some absolute ragers out there. So this one goes out to Brian Collin. Brian, I know this isn't your favorite version of pigskin. I know you think that they really muddled with the graphics. The characters that you're going to see here are a little more squished than they were. They were in proper proportion on the arcade. Not so much in this version, but I got to tell you, the heart, soul, and especially the sense of humor totally made it into this version. Okay? So this one goes out to you, Brian. Again, thank you for coming to Indianapolis and teaching us a little bit about what it was like during the golden age of the arcade. It's pigskin! Hate to say it, but it's so ridiculous. Jerry Gladfield's Pigskin Football for the Sega Genesis. Alright, let's go. Okay, I started us, do I have audio here? Okay. I kind of do. Alright, I started us in this menu because right out of the box, once I press start, you're going to see the comedy that comes from this game. It's not just the game itself, it's even rife within the options. So let's take a look here. So you've got difficulty settings here, okay? First one's no experience needed. Second one's experienced players only. Third one is brutal, relentless, often fatal, the toughest game you'll ever play. And then finally even worse, which is what we're going to play. You're the leader of a renegade band of warriors with a bad attitude. Your goal, to punch, pass, punt, and push your way to victory. This starts out fast. Now, a lot of football games, you're going to be playing a lot of different guys. And I think that's why a lot of people get confused and or put off. Oh, no, they didn't score on me, thank God. Right out of the box. Because they're like, there's too many guys to worry about. This is the kind of sports game where I literally have done this. I've sat two friends who know nothing about the Sega Genesis, are not retro gamers. I've sat them down with a game like this, with pigskin, and said, look, you got two buttons. You've got one button to punch, and if you press the punch button, not only are you going to punch, your whole team's going to punch. So you got one button to punch and one button to pass. If you pass, you're going to pass to one of your teammates. Oh, I got a score on that. Nice. If you press the pass button and one of the NPCs on your team, one of your teammates has the ball, they will pass back to you. It could not be more simple. And then they're like, well, which guy am I? That's easy to figure out too. There's only two guys on the field. Oh, I fell in the water. There's only two guys on the field that are wearing armor. Oh, they scored. You and the captain of the other team. So I'm always this guy in the armor. Ugh. As soon as I stop punching, that's when I lose it. And I'm always just that guy. And so that right there makes this game a little more approachable. You got to get used to the fact that if you're off the screen, you got to know to bring your guy back on the screen. But aside from that, there's no real strategy involved in playing multiple characters. And I think that that right there makes this much more approachable than a number. Oh, I tried to dive for him. Get up, you idiot. No, they're winning. Oh, that's right. No more Mr. Nice Guy. Come on, let's get serious. Give me that. Pass it. Get it in there, you idiot. Oh, jeez. Who left these barrels here? The other thing to consider, you know, if my whole team's going to punch when I press the punch button, then for God's sakes, I'm just going to keep pressing punch. Oh. No, don't throw it. This isn't good. I may have bit off more than I could chew here. Oh, my God. We got 2 minutes left in the quarter. This game does time pretty much like football and or rugby. Many people say this is more akin to rugby than football. I wouldn't really know. I've never really watched rugby. But if it's anything like this, geez, maybe I should start. Oh my God! I should have this. Did I pick too high a difficulty? Oh my God, Brian, I'm sorry. Oh God, no! Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Oh my God, you gotta be kidding me. Pass it to me. No, no, you fool! Pass it to me. Oh my God. This is an absolute slaying. It's not over. Look, it's only the first quarter. Alright, I'm gonna get serious. It's Quiet Captain time. This is Quiet Captain Rage time. Yeah, there we go. That's what I gotta do when I play Pat in Street Fighter. I gotta shut up. Be serious about it. So, you know, who's... You like this field? Wow, this gardener's gonna get fired, huh? Before the bubonic plague, they didn't bother clearing the field. Yes! Throw it! You notice I'm playing a little keep away here. Let my boys get downfield. There we go. Now we're bringing it home. Whew. You know, one of the crew members, Mary, she said to me today, a couple days ago, "Hey, so so my son, he's going to be in his first football game. It's an hour. Oh, it's an hour and a half away from. One of my guys got stabbed in the back. Hour and a half away from Indianapolis. Can you make it?" I'm like, "No, of course not. We're going to be in Rugby, England. I can't get. I mean, it's not exactly around the corner." He's like, "Oh, that's too bad." You know, I gotta be honest, I'm kind of glad there was a voyage, because how exciting is children's football? Is it really that... I don't know. Aren't there a bunch of regulations and stuff? That's why I like Pigskin. There are no regulations. There's just points and weapons. Oh, why didn't I pass it? I knew I wasn't gonna make it around that. Oh, I'm such an idiot. I really needed that too. Absolute disaster. Get it going. No. Did he not see that tree? Throw it to me. Oh my God. You'll notice you can't have any confidence in yourself, your teammate, or the opponent for that matter. No one's holding on to this ball more than 3-4 seconds. So the best strategy is to pick it up and, for God's sakes, pass it. Back and forth. Oh, jeez. One rock is all it took. Yeah! That's the end of the first quarter. Okay, we're going to play one more quarter here. When did we start? Around 3:15? Gosh. Is it 3:15 or 3:05? It's 3:15, right? Please tell me it was 3:15. Pat's nodded his head. 3:15, which is good. So we'll play one more quarter here. You're an idiot. Oh. Man, they're not giving me an inch. You see this? Ah! 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 I mean, this is Midway all over. This is why... Oh, if you ever hear anyone talk about an arcade sports game, and they're talking about it like it was good, I bet you it was made by Midway. And this was the start of that. This one and Arch Rivals was really where they were like, okay, we're going to make sports games, but we're going to make them for everyone. And for a kid like me, who was never into football, never cared about... Oh, my God. The Chicago Bears. You know, I grew up in Chicagoland. If a kid like me could appreciate this game, that means you did it right. Oh, did you see that? I dove it! It worked. Kind of. It knocked him off his feet, at least. Can I get the ball? Possession meter. You see the possession meter? The longer you keep... Oh, my God. I really thought I had this. Oh, now you see what's happening here? I'm so far behind that my manager, the owner of the team, is paying off the city guard to skewer the opponent. Oh, 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 oh. Oh my God. Oh! Neil, stop! Raz, stop laughing! You gotta look. Just because you put an axe in the guy's chest, you still gotta perform. There you go! All right, we're only 20 behind. We gotta be able to do this. Bad attitude. Oh. So yeah, you'll be shocked. You know, most sports games, if I see them in a pawn shop, and they're like, for the Genesis, and they say, hey, they're only 50 cents, they're gonna stay there. Jerry Gladville's Pigskin Foot Brawl, on the other hand, to this day, just the card's gonna run you somewhere around 15, 20 bucks. And this is why. Who wouldn't want to play this? It's totally approachable. You know, sometimes I have friends over and I'll just sit them in front of random games. If I ever put somebody down, two guys down with this is the game they remember. Alright, I'm going for the long bomb here. Or not. I guess nobody's that far out. Run with it. Throw it to me. Throw it to Daddy. Oh my God. Ah! Come back here. Back here. Oh, no, no, no. I didn't have a weapon. If you haven't figured that out... Oh, he punted it. There are weapons. Axes, swords. There's a sword. Oh, pick it up. Who killed me? Oh, the captain. He picked up that sword, got in a fight with my buddy, with my teammate, and then put that sword through his back. For the win. This is not good. I didn't expect even worse to be this worse. Oh, guys. Guys? Guys? Yeah, get it! 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 Oh, I'm on my back. Oh, no. This guy's too good. This guy's too good. This is gonna be a big one. Long bomb. Long bomb. Go, go, go! Throw it to me! I think I got it! I think I got it! I think I got it! No! No! Get it! Oh, if only I had a weapon! Throw it to me! Get in the end zone! What are you doing? Get in the end zone! Oh my God. 42 seconds left. Does anyone have any ulcer pills? Give me the ball! Throw it! Oh, come on! I needed a weapon! I need a weapon! Throw it to me! I'm on the ground. I'm telling him to pass it when I'm on the ground like an idiot. And I'm not picking up enough weapons. That's the real problem. But they're... Oh, shoot. They're very much on the move. They're not giving me the time I need. Look, and meanwhile, the computer's picking up all kinds of weapons. Back here! Oh, I hate you guys. I'm gonna use the bush. Using the bush! Oh, he killed my guy! Oh, you're such a jerk! Can you guys move up, please? Alright, I got it now. You see that? Oh, that was pretty good! That's the end of the first. Attitude adjustment. Keep him guessing. Yeah, I know. And there's this third button. I said there's punch, there's pass. Right. Promotes pile-ups. I might actually need to use this. I want you to see something here. We'll keep this here. Okay, now on our left, I talked to Brian Collin about this, by the way. I talked to him about Pigskin, how it got converted to Genesis. He's like, I hated the Genesis version. I think I gave myself a blister playing this game. How is that possible? I'm just standing here. Anyway, talking to Brian Collin, I said, have you seen Jerry Glanville's? He's like, I have no idea who that is. I had nothing to do with that port. Once it was done with the arcade, it left my hand, and I'm like, did you ever see how they score during halftime? He's like, no. It's like, well, they had the basic stuff you had in the arcade, stabbings and hangings and, you know, all that funny stuff, but at the bottom, they added Elvis sightings. Apparently, our team had 7 Elvis sightings. I tried to look up why that exists, and the only thing I could find were a couple of threads about people saying that Jerry Glanville was a huge Elvis fan. I'm going to have you stop looking at that. You've seen enough of Jerry there. But, oh, kill the audio here. Think about that. You got, I mean, what happened in Razorsoft? Were they working on this game one day? Because it's exactly the same game. It's exactly the same game. There's no additions here. There's no additional weapons. There's no additional fields or anything like that, guys. Everything's exactly like the arcade, with the exception of seeing Jerry Glanville in leather pants and a cowboy hat during halftime and Elvis sightings. Did he come in one day and Razorsoft and say, you know, I really like Elvis. Can we work him in somewhere? To this day, this has never really been answered. Why Elvis sightings was added to this version. Maybe we need to track down Razorsoft and put a cutlass to somebody's throat and get some answers. I don't know. Okay, so let's get to this. Where are we at? I think we're 23 minutes in. So this is a booty segment that's very fascinating because this isn't one that I am in any way, shape, or form responsible for. This is not my skullduggery that made this one happen, okay? The boat was being careened for about 2 weeks, and in that time, First Mate Bismuth did a little spring cleaning around the ship, and I wasn't even at the ship, but he sent me a picture, and he said, do you know anything about this? Were you aware of this? And he sent me a picture of this box. Okay, now what is this, like a clothing box, JCPenney? Okay, maybe there was a nice shirt in there. No, he showed me what was open in, and inside this box, a box this big, filled to the gills with loose Sega Genesis games. To the gills! And like an idiot, all I did was start zooming in and looking at every single game. I wish I didn't do that. I really am not. You'd think by now I would know to just look away. But unfortunately, it's like looking into the Ark of the Covenant, you know. It's very hard to not look, even though your face is going to get melted off. So I looked, but it's been a few days, and it'll still be worth us going in. I pulled every single one of them out, and I put them in the chest. They're sitting in here. They're bubbling around. Can I do this? Am I going to get a hernia? Can you see them? Shangri-La, my friends. Shangri-effing-La. let's get started, shall we? We'll put them one by one back in the box. And we better do this quickly. I'm not going to ramble and get all teary-eyed about at least not every one of them. I'll try my best not to. I'm going to put it right here. Should be the perfect spot. And we'll fill the box back up as we go, and then we'll take one glorious money shot look at the whole box of all of them back together as a family. Put them away. Where did this box come from? This is actually from a friend of ours. This is Matt's, aka Azure. He's visited the ship, did a really awesome Contra Hardcore's speed run, and he's the one who collected all these games over the years. So these aren't ours. These aren't going back in the hold. But God, to just come across these spring cleaning on the ship of all places, and buried treasure on the ship. That's got to be some sort of paradox. We had to have collapsed some sort of parallel universe coming up with that idea. Okay, so let's check it out. Here we go. Sega Genesis games to the max. Right off the bat, you got Terminator. Arnold's looking hot. Pretty decent 2D running gunner. It's in no way any Contra Hardcore, but it's not bad. Pretty nice grenades in that one. Gods. Looks like a lot of these have price tags, and I'll just tell you what he got them for, because he probably got these in a time before games were looked at as gold. Most of these are nothing that great. Looks like you got Terminator for $3. Gods you got for $4. I don't know much about this one. I'm pretty sure it's a pretty, it's made by Mindscape. Mindscape usually makes some pretty lukewarm platformers. Can you see it okay? I almost want to put the autofocus on, but I don't know that we have time for that. Gods is kind of a 2D platformer. X-Men, very common. Not that bad, though. All the guys you see there, Cyclops, Gambit, I'm sorry. There goes lunch. Sorry. Nightcrawler, Storm. Can you play a Storm? I don't know if you can play a Storm. You can certainly play as Nightcrawler, Gambit, Wolverine, and Cyclops. Pretty decent game, and it's 2-player. 2D platformer. Pretty awesome game. Very common, though. I thought I just saw a bug. X-Men 2. Wow, of all the ones to pick, I picked the next one. X-Men 2 is even better. I think Beast is in this one. This one's a little harder to find. Holds a little more value. Not a bad find. I don't know how much you got it for. Nothing's on here, but the label is looking pretty hot. Okay. Spidey. The great thing about Sega Genesis games was the front of these had no indication of what the title was. They didn't ruin the art by splashing the title on the front. They left that for the spine. You can see it there, Spider-Man, but on the front it was always cool when Sega Genesis games, earlier Sega Genesis games, just had the art. I always thought that was really bold. He got this for $2. That's a good deal on Spider-Man. Not a bad 2D platformer. King of Monsters. King of Monsters. This is an arena fighter made by SNK. You can be a Godzilla. You can be like kind of a Mighty Morphin Power Ranger guy, bit like an Ultraman, a Beetle, and it's almost like a wrestling game, but in Tokyo. So you're like throwing buildings at each other. This played really good back in the day. Never played it for the Genesis, but I think it would hold up. And he got it for $2. Can't front on that. Can't front on that at all. I don't think we had that one. Of the games we've seen so far, we don't have Terminator, Gods, or King of Monsters in the hold. This one we've got. Vector Man 2. Vector Man's not bad. Not much to say about it. $2. Pretty decent running gunner. Ernest Evans. This is like I love Renovation. They make some great games. This is not one of their better ones, but you gotta love this box art. It's very Indiana Jones. You're the little guy there with the whip and the fedora. It's a 2D platformer, and it's got this really weird graphical gimmick going on for it. $3. This is pretty cool. I wouldn't mind swiping that and playing that in. This is the best part. I brought this ship just so I can fool around with this box later. With the old Sega Nomad. I'm going to pop Ernest Evans in. Play with that after the voyage. Okay. Don't fall. There you go. What's next? You bored yet? Whoa! Whoa! I didn't know this was in here. Wow, this is hot. Beyond Oasis. He got this for $7, which even when he got it, probably he might have been wincing a little bit, but man, did he pay off. This is a great game. This is about as good. It's very Zelda. Very Zelda-like game. Kind of like with a Persian edge. I've spent a lot of time with this one. Wow. Can't believe this was in here. That's hot. And we don't have that one. It's making the dark thoughts in my head turn. Maximum Carnage. People love Maximum Carnage. Green Jelly, some band did the music, which was okay. It's a beat 'em up. Spider-Man beat 'em up. I think you can play as Venom also. It's only one player though. I always thought that was kind of a problem. It's okay. We've got this one. We've got it complete. And we also have the even rarer red cartridge. This is the black cartridge. So it's kind of cool we have that he's got the black one because we have the red one. I don't know. A lot of people like that one. I'm kind of in the middle on it. Adventures of Batman and Robin. Cool, he's got this one too. And for $3, can't go wrong there. This is an excellent 2D platformer. Extremely difficult. But I popped this game in and I never make it past the second level, but I play the first level like 10, 15 times in a row because I'm having such a great time with the gameplay for it. Awesome beat 'em up. You can play as Batman or Robin. I believe 2-player as well. Not bad at all. I don't know who made that. I think Sega made that. This is pretty cool. I was really excited because some of these I could see, some of these couldn't. Obviously, a couple of these I couldn't see that I was excited about. This one is great. Space Harrier 2, and look at that box art. Look at that! There's like a big giant lady there, and I think you're the guy in the red with like a saber. There's like an invisible samurai coming at you. That looks like fun. Space Harrier 2, I've never seen this in action. He got that for $6. Pretty cool. I didn't even know that existed. Twin Cobra is funny. Great game. Twin Cobra. This is a 2-player vertical shooter. And the funniest thing about this is we have had... Let me get it. We've had this floating around the captain's quarters for like a year because I didn't want to get rid of it. You know, Matt has told me about Twin Cobra. I'm like, yeah, he's offered to lend it to me. I'm like, I got it for the NES. But he had this sitting around the hole for over a year. It's the box for Twin Cobra. And since then, I've always been like, man, I sure wish it was here. Oh, the manual's in here. Oh, baby. So let's put this family back together. There you go. We united. For some reason, there's like 4 screws in here. I'm sure Bismuth would know why, but I don't. Okay. Twin Cobra, pretty hot. Arcade Classics, don't ever get this. Sounds good. It's got Centipede and Missile Command on it, but unfortunately their ports are terrible. They're really laggy, not playable. This is a broken cartridge as far as I'm concerned. Don't ever get that one. You probably got it for $2. Spider-Man versus X-Men Arcade's Revenge. It's on a lot of systems. SNES. It's okay. It's okay. I've played quite a bit of it, but not really recommended. Viewpoint. This is like an isometric shooter, kind of like a 16-bit Zaxxon. I've never played it. I've heard it had a lot of hype back in the day. Ooh, it is made by Sammy. At least this port was. I love Sammy, American Sammy, especially some of their NES stuff. I don't know how that is. I'm kind of looking forward to trying it though. Finally, Sonic 2, my favorite Sonic personally. Just for the record. Cybercop, have no idea what to expect from this one. Wow, you got enough stickers on here? Virgin Games. Cybercop. I don't know anything about it. No clue. Exciting. Mortal Kombat 3. This is when I stopped playing the series, pretty much. Don't like those dial-in combos. Cool Spot. Very decent 2D platformer. I've got that on SNES. Great game on either system. Jungle Strike, isometric, Pat's falling asleep. There's only way too many left to go. Jungle Strike, it's helicopters. A lot of people really like that game. You know, it's okay. Sonic 3D Blast. Okay, this sucks. I think that's isometric also. Like isometric hour here. Cybercop, I think it's corporation. Somebody in the mess hall is saying that. I don't know what that means. Who made it? Maybe knows. Oh, you think I don't even know what corporation is. Who knows? Or maybe he's talking about the PC port. I'm sorry, we're distracted. I'm just curious. World of Illusion with Mickey and Donald. What a gorgeous game. What a great game. It's cheap. It's 2-player. But the best thing about it is it's if you play it 1 player and pick either Mickey or Donald, there are exclusive levels to each and exclusive levels if you play 2-player. So there's 3 very good different ways to play this. I have a lot of love for this one, and if I can ever get a voyage going for it, I may do that, probably with Donald, because I absolutely love him. Okay. It's one of those games where I just don't play, because I feel like I want to play it with another person. It was designed to be co-op, even if there's some exclusive levels. I feel like my first time through, I want to play that with somebody else, all the way through. Another Spider-Man. Another Spider-Man. You got this for $3. First one you got for $2, right? Yeah. Okay. Wolverine Animantium Rage for $6. Never played this one. Made by Acclaim. I don't know that this made it to any other system. If I had to bet my life on it, it probably made it to SNES, but I don't know that for sure. That could be exclusive. T2 Tournament, T2 Judgment Day. I seem to remember this game sucking big time. $2, made by Flying Edge. Yeah, well, I'm willing to bet that sucks. How are we doing on time? We started at 4:15-ish. It's 3:52-ish. So we have 23 minutes left. 17 minutes left. 23 minutes left. Alien 3. Very happy to see Alien 3. I hear this is great. Never seen the movies. Have no real connection and or loyalty to this property, but I hear this is a pretty decent 2D platformer. You play as a chick. That doesn't happen every day, and she's got a flamethrower. $2 on that one. $2 on Alien 3. Not too bad. Not too bad. Sonic 3. Sonic 3, good game. Mega hit series. Guess that's the greatest. That was greatest hits back in the 90s. Just Spider. This is interesting. You've got Spider-Man, and then you've got Spider-Man. Made by 2 different companies, 2 completely different games. This one's made by Acclaim. I played this in the SNES. It sucks. The Sega one's much better, in my opinion. This box is getting filled up, but it's nowhere near done. The Immortal! This will be a voyage. That's all I have to say, and it will probably be soon. Because I'll put it this way. Halloween season's coming up. I'll put it that way. The Immortal. The Immortal. I won't go any deeper than that. Not worth it. You just got to see it. T2, the arcade game. This one is pretty much useless if you don't have a light gun, in my opinion. That was designed to be played with a menacer. Sonic and Knuckles. What's with the weird top? Want to know what the weird top is? This is the closest thing you had to DLC back in the 90s. If you happen to have Sonic the Hedgehog 3, you could pop it in to Sonic and Knuckles. Oh look, all of a sudden now you can play Knuckles in Sonic 3. You could even pop in Sonic 2, play Knuckles in Sonic 2, and there was even a little additional content that came with Sonic 1. Interesting game. Aladdin. How many people have creamed about Aladdin on the Sega? It's pretty decent, but don't count the SNES one out either. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. This is a fighting game, 2D fighting game, which I've actually played quite a bit, but on the Game Gear. Believe it or not, it's not bad on the Game Gear. Imagine that, a 2D fighting game on a 2-button handheld system. Believe it or not, it's not bad. Bob. This is a 2D platform by EA. We've had it on a show before. We picked it up. It's not anything I've ever been that impressed by. It's a robot 2D platformer. Alright, stay together, man. There you go. I almost said stay together cheeks. That's an old little Mystery Science Theater joke. Okay. Biohazard Battle! Yeah! You ever see our voyage to orbital platform Odysseus? We play Biohazard Battle. What a great game. What a great game. 2D shooter. It's as gross as they come. Can't recommend that one enough. Very reasonably priced these days. Shadow of the Darkness. Shining in the Darkness. Shining in the Darkness is the prequel to the Shining Force series. An excellent turn-based grid kind of game. Very akin to Fire Emblem. But this one, Shining in the Darkness, is more of a kind of first-person labyrinth game. And it's got that same, you can tell how cartoony it is. You know, it's got some charm to it. Definite charm. Great music here, too. Not bad. Good RPG. Caliber 50. You know, this one's been sitting in the hole. I thought I'd be so excited to finally grab it, and I never ended up popping it in. I think it's like a top-down running gunner. Can't say for sure, but it's got some pretty decent box art. Guys sitting there in the jungle. Very Rambo-esque. Phantom 2049, based on 2040. So we're 20 years away from this guy. I believe this was a cartoon, and before that it was an old, very old radio serial. So that's an old property. I never played that. Have no idea how good that is. Star Trek: The Next Generation. Big fan, big sucker of Star Trek. Not so much a fan of their video games. This one usually, he got this for $2. That's about how much it's worth, even today. Somewhere around $2 to $5. Oh, sorry, I hit the mic there. Hold on. Oh my God! I hate when I have to bend down. Just gonna get a running start here. Okay. Oh my God! Oh! Okay, we're good. Now's the worst part. Getting up. Okay. Woo! That's adventure. Alright, Mortal Kombat 2. Can't believe I went through all that trouble for Mortal Kombat 2. Not bad on the Genesis. Not bad on the Genesis. I think I'd probably give it to the SNES, though. Cyborg Justice is a beat-em-up, but you can literally tear the parts off of your enemies and then put them onto yourself. So it's all robots fighting each other, tearing pieces off one another, and like you got buzzsaws, lasers. This isn't bad. Really common. Really common, and I think it's two-player. But, you know, you can't go wrong with that kind of premise. Captain America and the Avengers, I believe this is the arcade version. I don't know how this one stands up. The SNES one isn't that great. I have a feeling they're probably around the same part there. X-Mutants. Don't know much about X-Mutants. I've seen it played. Looks okay. I don't know much about the property. I think this is like a world where everyone's mutant. And like in X-Men, there's only a few mutants in the world. But in X-Mutants, everyone's a mutant, and then there's just a few normal people. And they're the superheroes. I don't know how that works out. Six-pack. Gotta love it. What do you got on the six-pack? You got this is like the primer for anyone who just got the Sega Genesis at a garage sale. No games. Pick this guy up. You got Sonic the Hedgehog, Golden Axe, Streets of Rage, Revenge of Shinobi, Columns, and Super Hang-On. He got this for $3. That's not bad. Street Fighter Special Champion Edition. Street Fighter 2 Special Champion Edition. Why is it Special Champion Edition? I believe this only came out for Sega. They named it that. And you'll have to forgive me as to why. I don't really remember why. It's not because it's any great edition. I think there's just like an additional tournament mode or something. Urban Strike. This is one of the sequels to Jungle Strike. Again, you're just a helicopter blowing stuff up, isometric style. RoboCop versus Terminator. Very good game. Probably will voyage this one day. Believe it or not, I'm not that big of a RoboCop or Terminator fan, but this game itself, you put it all together, you got something really special. Any game where your hero is blowing people away and his health power-up is baby food, how can you say no to that kind of game? Light Crusader was made by, wasn't this made by Atlas? Treasure made this. One of their lesser-known games, but it's kind of an action RPG. I never understood why this was so cheap. He got it for $4. Pretty cool game. Pretty cool game. Shanghai Dragon's Eye. This is Mahjong. Believe it or not. And strangely enough, the one manual that was in the box was for Mahjong. That's probably a good thing because who knows how to play Mahjong these days in this country. Every time I play it, I feel like I have to relearn it. Mercs. Great top-down arcade shooter. And there's an excellent one-player mode with kind of an economy system here. Good game. Good game. Vector Man, the original Vector Man by Sega. So you got Vector Man 1 and 2, the only two ever made. Almost done. Desert Strike. I believe that's all three on the system. Desert Strike, Jungle Strike, and Urban Strike. I don't think Nuclear Strike made it to the Genesis. I think that was PlayStation 1, Saturn era. Whoa, this one's not easy to find. A very ripped up version of, can you see him in there? Earthworm Jim 2. He got that for $5. I can't say you can't see that. I can't say I'm the biggest Earthworm Jim fan, but maybe that's because I played quite a bit of it back in the day, and I'm just kind of burned out on 2D platformers. It certainly has a sense of humor. It's pretty solid. Never played the second one. Pretty cool to see that. Very rarely do I see that. Subterraria is a game you'll find for a couple bucks usually. It's a decent shooter. It's a decent shooter. Kind of a free roam shooter. And then, oh, two more. What's this? Batman Forever. Geez, this is probably the worst game in the whole box. Probably the worst game in the whole box. No two ways about it. Can't say enough bad things about it. The content's bad. The gameplay's bad. Who made this? Who should be ashamed of themselves? Acclaim. Terrible game. And finally, what Genesis lot would be complete without Jurassic Park? So there you go. Can we count them up? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, wow, 48, 50, 52, 54, 56, and that's only the ones that were sitting in the box. We've had a few more just have been, Azure left here a year ago. He's probably playing more modern stuff. Whenever you need your Sega Genesis games, we found them. And this is probably the only warning we'll give you. Okay? So, this is not about price today. This is not about the good deal I made. And trust me, it's actually been pretty good these days. We had to push a lot of stuff back to make way for this. I thought it was just too cool that during the time that we had to careen the ship and did a little cleaning, Bismuth finds this hoard sitting right here under our noses after a year worth of voyages. I just couldn't say no. Okay, let's get back to Pigskin. We got about 10 minutes left in the show, which means we're going to be over. That's what I'm thinking. We may not have time for questions. I'm sorry about that. We'll see how it goes. It's Pigskin for Sega Genesis. Oh, God. Okay, there we go. Alright, Jerry's still sitting there. Okay, Jerry, let's go. You'll notice this is another arena here. I'm down by 12? 11? Down by 11. Back here! Oh my god. Come away with it. There's a lot of blues there. We're good. I need to pick up a weapon. There's a weapon. Oh yeah. Not playing around. Not playing around! Not playing around! Yeah! Just behind 3. We're going to stick with the bad attitude formation. Oh! Throw it to me, you idiot! Oh. I picked up a sword. I picked up a sword. Don't anybody screw with me. Where am I? Ah! How did I end up over there? For God's sakes! Wow, how did I end up over there? That was weird. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Throw! Oh, man! Yeah! I sorted him! Oh, but he still got it. Oh, why did I fall in the water? Get out of there! Oh, man. I'm a punchy. Ow! Oh! Oh! I'll tell you another story about Brian. He was doing questions, Q&A. And, you know, I asked him a couple questions about this. I was like, you know, why did Rampage take place in Peoria, Illinois? Why did it start there? You know, why Jerry Gladville, that whole debacle. But then I said, look, Felicia, who owns Boss Battle, she put out a message, a Facebook message, when she was talking about your speaking. She put out a list of all the games you made. And, you know, obviously I knew about Rampage and Pigskin, your more known Midway stuff, but then I looked and I saw you had done some work on 2 games that surprised me. He's like, well, which ones were those? And I said, there were 2 console games. He's like, oh, I didn't do a lot of console games. I don't really like console. Oh, man. They're up by 11. They're up by 11. Come on, give me that spear. Throw it! Give me that stupid ball! So he said, what 2 games were there? And I said, well, it was MASH and Porky's. Now, for those of you who are a little younger, you may not know what MASH is. MASH was a sitcom that lasted a very long time in the 70s into the 80s about Vietnam. It's a very amusing show. Had a lot of heart. Very famous show. But you certainly, I wouldn't blame any of you for not knowing what Porky's is. Porky's was this really B movie that had some notoriety, some success in the 80s because there was some naked scenes, some chicks, naked chicks. It's basically American Pie in the 80s. Is American Pie still relevant? God, that's like a 20-year-old reference. In and of itself, I'm so out of touch. Ah, no, I'm only 4 points behind. Throw it. Come on, come on, come on, come on, get it in there. Yes! We're up. We're up, and we're probably way behind. So, basically, Porky's was like this coming-of-age movie. 4 guys. It took place in the 50s. The movie did. It wasn't shot in the 50s. It took place in the 50s. And it was about these guys trying to get into this cat house called Porky's. You know, to become men, if you will. And so, you know, that's a movie, but think about it. I'm talking to this Brian Collins guy at an arcade where he's talking about his 30-year-long career, and he's telling me about a game that he made for the Atari 2600 about, you know, again, summer love. Who red-lit that? Who thought this is the platform to make Porky's the video game? In fact, the fact that they the fact that I ever got out of the sales department, the planning stage. Oh no! Please, for the love of God! Oh my God! Rugby England is a mess. Oh! No! No! Get him back! Oh. So he's like, yeah, I did do that. The graphics were terrible. It's pretty early in my career. But yeah, I did those 2 games for the Atari, and I said, that's really cool. And I pulled out of my pocket a copy of Porky's for the Atari 2600, which which had been sitting in the hole collecting dust for some time. It's not that great of a game. No, the gameplay's terrible. We're talking 2600, so obviously the graphics are not that good. And when you're talking about a property that's pretty much based on... Oh! There's like 5 guys on me! 4 minutes left in the voyage. This is going to go long. Play as if your life depended on it. We'll have just enough time to wrap, I think. I'm 3 points behind, if anyone cares about the game still. I pull out this game, and it's like I showed the man his long-lost son. He was, like, absolutely elated. He's like, I can't believe you have this. I've never even seen this. I forgot I even did this. And here you have it sitting in my hands. Yeah, take that, shorty. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Can you believe this? Get it in there for the lead. 10 points ahead. 3 minutes left. So he's like, do you want me to sign it? I said, all right, sure. But honestly, it was almost like he was asking more for him than me. You know, I've never been one to be, you know, those guys who you'll see on their Facebook page that it's like, it's them and some like B-list celebrity, and they're like, you know, arm in arm for the camera. I never understood that. Or people who pay for signatures from celebrities. You know, whatever people want. I mean, I have all kinds of weird hobbies myself. Whatever you want to do. That particular thing is not for me. So it was really nice of him, and he did. He signed it in gray marker. If I remember, I've got it sitting here. I meant to tell you the story when I was actually in the captain's quarters rather than taking guys out in rugby here. But I'll show you it at the end of the show real quick. And it was really neat, you know, because I felt like this guy had gone through so much trouble to come and share something with us. I felt really happy that we were able to share something special with him. Give me that. And a big throw. Long bomb. Yes! Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Throw it back. And I'm throwing it again. Oh, that was beautiful. I'm starting to get the hang of it. Oh, yes. Yeah, go, go, go. Oh, I picked up a mace. That was nice. Oh, no. So the other team has brought in a ringer. The other team has hired a troll. These guys suck. For one thing, you can't kill them with weapons. And for other thing, they're really, really good at rugby. Throw it! Ah, get him out of here! I'm really surprised because they're not that far ahead. I can't believe they got the troll. Usually, the troll is for, you know, your younger brother who's really terrible. These guys are only 10 points behind with 1:45 to go. You got to be kidding me. That's rugby for you. Oh, mace to the face. One of my personal favorites. Pick up that axe. Oh, I didn't pick it up. Dang it. Throw it! Get in the end zone! Oh, my God. 1:30. No, he picked up that weapon. Give me that. Come on, baby. Come on, there's nobody down there. Go, 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 go! Oh, you're an idiot. Oh, no. Their possession meter's going off. Throw it to me. Throw it again. I used the... See that? That was using the territory. Yeah, sure, I meant to do that. Sure I did. Come on. Long bomb in the end zone. That's it. That's my baby. Oh, my God. Unbelievable. This guy's got white hair. You tell me he's playing rugby? Time to retire, Pops. Give me that. Get in the end zone. Screw you, troll. Oh, no! Why did he hands me a rock? Oh, no, not the troll. Oh, my God. Come on, come on. Come on, that's right. Guy put a hand axe in my teammate's chest. Why are you picking up all these weapons, bro? He's killed half my team. And I believe they stay dead until a score happens. Oh, this isn't good. That's not good. 30 seconds. I just got attacked by a bug. Oh! There was a bug going right in my sweat-filled eye. This is tense. This is tense. Pat's telling me the bug is on my face. Oh my God. That's commitment, ladies and gentlemen. That's commitment to the win, okay? I'm not dropping the controller to get a sweat-filled bug. Bug couldn't even get off my face because it was stuck in the sweat, okay? Come here, you. We got 13 seconds. I'm 10 ahead. No! Oh, no. This is it. This is it. 10 seconds. I got to keep the ball. Long bomb. 6. 5. Throw it back to me, you fool. No! 3. 2. The troll! Yes! We did it! We're done! Game over! 102 to the blue team! 102 to the Galleon! Drop the audio. Check the time. How much time we got? Give me a question. We're way over. Captain Raz, how long have you been growing your beard? I think about 7 months. Farewell and adieu to you, Spanish maidens. Farewell and adieu, ye ladies of Spain. For we received orders for the win at Pigskin. I lost the last line. Orders of Pigskin. And lo nevermore shall we see ye again. Thanks for playing. Keep your powder dry. And for God's sake, somebody give me something to dry off with. See you next time. Oh, man. What a nightmare.
Oh, good.
How am I going to forget the last line? That's it. That's the show, everybody. It's officially post-show.
That's the end of one of my favorite songs is he goes, I fucked up the last line.
Did you? All right. That was an adventure.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. We're gonna send you back to Cap and Raz on one of our previous adventures, I think, if I can manage that. I believe I can. Thanks again for spending the afternoon with us. Was it fun, Pat? Yuri stew all around. We'll see you.
It's on me.
It's on him.